line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing.
For one last coup de grace, ladies and gentlemen, we are live here at the Go Racing Super Series here as the Go Racing Diecast LLC Super Late Models are in action here at Michigan International Speedway. A championship all but sealed and determined as Mike Kelly will finally claim something he's been looking for quite some time. The rest of the field, though, well, they're out racing to try to beat him out one more time as well as the rest of the field. Hi, everyone, and welcome back here to the show as always. It's a big pleasure to be with you guys live here on Pizza Race TV as we got yourself a who's who of drivers ready to go at it today. Let's take a look at our starting lineup here presented by Go Racing Diecast LLC. And on the pole, it is the reign of terror himself, the 19 and tired on the outside of that 91. It's Wesley Donaldson. Row number 2, and number 22, it's Alan Wild. Outside of him, and that 7 is Scott Simley. Row number 3, in the 43, it's Samuel Hodorell on the outside. In the 02, Shannon Wood. Row 4, in the 112, it's Joe Hudson, the outside. The number 2, that is Mike Kelly. Row 5 is Kevin England in the 127, the outside. The 84 is Anthony M. Calantoni. Row number 6 is going to be the 26 SF out to the outside, and the 23, that is going to be Charles Van Schaik. Row number 7 is piloted down there by the number 12, Ryan D. Cook, the outside. The number 24, it is Cody Sturgill. Row number 8, and the number 04, it's Doug Sigma on the outside. And then 9, it's Bobby Wetzel. Row number 9 is the 081 of David Watts, the outside. And the number 3 is Keith Prince. Row 10, the final starters, Brian Werman, the 74. The outside, that's 96, it's Jerry Livingston. That is your starting row and starting lineup for this 120. Heavy hitters about to go at it. An interesting series that we would love to see more of in the near future. Who's who of drivers, though, ready to go bat at it just one more time. Thank you all so much for watching and coming on into this morning. If you guys are brand new to the channel or have not seen us before, be sure to like and share us up on our Facebook and subscribe on our YouTube. Get the stream around to some folks. I don't know. You come for the show. You came for the show. You came for the thrills. You came for the spills. You came to see quite the stills. These drivers are ready to give it to you here, and they are looking to give it all their power and instruction in the least bit possible. As many of these guys right now look carefully on at this vast track. Michigan International Speedway is no easy challenge for those that want to attempt it. It's 2 miles in length, high banks, high walls, high ceiling, a lot of foreground and a lot of area for mistakes, and a lot of room to make quite a bit of a place. Approaching now here, right onto the line here, ready to fire the green flag down on the track. Green flag is out here in Michigan. One last race, the 6th lap of the distance. Looks like Wesley Donaldson had a little issue on his end, causing our cameras to break there for a sec. No, it wasn't anything on our end there. That was Donaldson that kind of threw our cameras off guard there. Entering into this race, Mike Ellie needed a bit of a bigger field and a few more drivers to kind of take the championship away from him. That is not the case. Mike, through sheer consistency, no playoff drama, no nothing. This time around, he catches a huge break and will claim something he's been looking for so long. He will be your Go Racing League Diecast LLC Super Series champion. And what a turn of events as well here. You saw him run the Truck Series there at Phoenix. An absolute maddening wreck there. He suffered to the absolute extremist that you saw Tim Cantoni lose on that last lap as well. Many forget all about that. They remember what the 84 had done and what Tyler Dalton was able to accomplish that day, but not the way he in his mind he wanted to do. The Reign of Terror this season almost kind of thrown for a bit of a loop. Didn't quite catch everyone the way he wanted to, and ended up falling victim to more power and speed on these drivers' ends and on their level in the playing fields. Going right down on the inside here, Wesley Donaldson, big runoff on the inside, the 91, throwing a huge drive on the 19, and again, they don't get any fast repairs or any tire changes. You run what you get. Honestly, of all the strategies and all the racing I've seen, I think that might be the most unique and interesting, and frankly, I applaud it as much as I like it for a multitude of reasons. The biggest thing, though, is it really just incorporates a new level of strategy. A new level of playing field to the added task of just trying to maintain your car in control. I find it quite genius, quite interesting to say the least. Is right now currently battling back from the 14th position, the 24, Cody Sturgill, trying to deal with Charles Van Schaik and the McDonald, number 23. Van Schaik, though, is going to be one of those guys, too, man. You watch him go out there. He said earlier he's not good on the starts or qualifying, but what he knows how to do is just be extremely patient and throw every one of these guys for a bit of a loop and cause them to have to decide on the fly what they'll be able to do. And there is the champion of this one, Mike Kelly. We'll hear from him at the end of this race one way or another. Doesn't matter. If he finishes in dead 25th or 20th, I should say, he will be chatted with via us here in the booth. Here as we go. 3 wide saloon for the race lead right out of the gate. Samuel Rell, Wesley Donaldson, Tyler Dalton backed into a corner here. Harrell looking to trying to make a big move off on the playing field. The oil treatment STB number 43. Looking good so far. And Samuel, at this point, if I had to name any of the drivers that needs to finally get a win back on the show and get something figured out, I think it's him. He's had numerous times you would have thought he would have claimed a race win, would have claimed possibly a championship, had it just not been for a few little lug nuts, probably loose, or little screws in the head bolted down tightly. He just unfortunately could not finish it out. And he's a former multi-time race winner on this show here, so it just kind of shocks me. He just hasn't been up to there. Today, though, it looks like he really, really wants to get there. The number 22 there, Alan Wild, right now rocking a scheme. Looks, well, the best way I could put it, it looks kind of like what's on there. I see Joey Logano be driving, or maybe even a little Ryan Blaney to an extent. Looks more like Logano style, though. Not a bad looking car. As much as I have never been a fan of Logano as a driver, no offense to him. He's probably a really good guy outside the track, don't get me wrong, but I've just never been a fan of him in racing terms wise. I will say his schemes are usually pretty good. Bobby Wetzel, the number 9 machine, looking up on the high side here, trying to plow down with the 0-2 Shannon Wood. As right now, Samuel Rell has taken the race lead. He is your new leader as he brings us screaming across the front stretch. That's not to say, though, with some of those aggressive guys or those drivers in NASCAR, you see a lot of that, you know, in terms of race wins. They've obviously earned their right to be the winner. I'm not saying for one second that they don't deserve to be. It's just the way they get there. Sometimes, in my opinion, is a little bit more on the could have been better side. But then again, I guess we can say that a lot about ourselves sometimes. Yeah, I guess Dale Earnhardt did make a career out of making sure he picked his poisons, picked his spots to get those race wins in a very hard way for other drivers' mindsets. So, I don't know, maybe sometime down the road we'll look back on those race wins that he got and other drivers like, you know, Kyle Busch had done and think otherwise as we go 3 wide saloon with that 9 of Bobby Wetzel, the SRT machine, kind of trapped him in the middle of it. And plows it right up on the outside there. Tyler Dalton, way wide. Lost a little bit of run there. He's losing a lot more of that on the position stake. Drivers right now mixing and cornering back. Interesting dilemmas here, just kind of pushing each one into this case here. Maybe Tyler may have thought he got a little too quick out of the gate, and now might be starting to regret that decision. Hard to really say, but I mean, again, just absolute pure insanity mixed in with raw horsepower, making for some interesting dilemmas and very crazy situations. Hard to really figure out where you can go from there. We are 1/6 of the way done. Scampering away right now. Wetzel there up on the high side trying to make some ground coverage there as he goes up to Wesley Donaldson and Alan Wild. Nice recovering, good smooth transition there as they continue to plow through. Wetzel though, huge run to the bottom now, wants the lane, he wants the lead. He's gonna push Harrell up a little, got an opening to the bottom, shoots it down. Harrell, will he try to cross him? He certainly is. Wetzel trying to hold it on. Gets a big run on the outside, but Harrell, big jump to the inside. They are dead even side by side down the lane. Scott Simley drafting up there with the 43 and the 9 a little bit, trying to choose one or the other. Michigan been a very interesting track in terms of the speeds and dilemmas you can throw at it here. And it's making for quite an easy feat here as Wetzel continues to deal with Harrell and Simley. Neither driver wants to give up, and everyone wants to give the other. They only want what's best for themselves. Scattering right off there around again though. Wetzel Harrell still dead even for the race lead. Little wall attack, and Dalton crawling around to the back straightaway. The 19 has been sentenced to the Shadow Realm. And a little bit of damage on that right side there. Dalton may have found a car finally that may have eliminated the Reign of Terror himself. A shocking development here as he gets plowed right off of turn number 2. Let's take a look at the replay here. It's not often you see mistakes like this though here, guys. I mean, you watch him kind of roll it right out here. See, Donaldson got up in there, and I believe it was Shannon Wood, then to Dalton. I mean, for the what it's worth though, I mean, you gotta admit, that's not a whole lot of damage. But it is, unfortunately, in this case for this car, because again, it's a very superly aerodynamic car. Even just a scrape of that is going to hurt the car. Take one more look. See, Donaldson trips up into Wood, and Wood trips into Dalton. Not been a good season for the Reign of Terror, that's for sure. He's probably doing good other tracks and other races, but unfortunately, the Super Series has not warranted as many wins as maybe he was expecting. I think he's only got 2 or 3 to his name, maybe 3 in total. So a tough break there for him, but you know, again, we're going to have to keep looking at it from every angle. You just cannot give anything up there. Pit road gets a little bit busy. Wetzel trying to race him out. Samuel Harrell trying to get out Simley there on the line, and it's going to be Scott Simley taking the race lead away. Is down. They race him off from pit road. Top 5 out of pit road: Simley, Harrell, Wetzel, Donaldson, and Wood. Now comes the next phase of attack here, which is let the tires cool down and figure out where they go. So we're looking at 45 laps left to go here in Michigan right now. Currently, Harrell, Simley, looking to try to build up a bit of extra get around and a little more get and go. As they certainly have their hands full right now with everybody in the back looking to try to take him for a few notches here. Running him back down from turn number 4. Pace truck off. And it's time to begin it again in Michigan. Lights flicker down to the Go Racing Diecast LLC restart zone. Here we go again. Donaldson straight to the bottom lane. WB Diecast machine going for broke to the troublesome zone. Samuel Rell right now immediately trying to pounce back on the 91, trying to get him out of his way or move or start moving some positions in. Had to back off. Coming from turn number 3 there, slowed up the corner, backed his corner up, now lost speed, similarly to the inside, looking for the race lead. There's a lot of momentum differences here between these drivers and a lot of gaining grounds when they can. Again, a lot of them trying to either run the extreme long run and wait it out, or they're trying to muscle quick and hope that that caution stays away. There's a lot of ways you can do it, but there's not one way to do it when you got a caution flying out on the track. Doug Sigmund and Keith Friends caution out for them. Trouble for the number 3, and looks like for our other driver on the field there. Let's take a look at the replay. I believe Doug Sigmund was the one that initiated this. Oh, Dalton. Oh boy. Oh! Oh! Well, that explains how he got from point A to point B there. Oh boy. As for Doug, well, unfortunately, Dalton looked like he was, well, I'm just going to be real with you guys, it looked like he was trying to get onto the top side away from him as he was slowing up badly. Dalton was not going to want to slow up, so he tried to move quick to the outside, then tippy toes, and away she goes. Alright, you can see the damage there, unfortunately. Sigmund, not a happy camper from that one, but I mean, there's not much you can really do. Different braking zones, different timing spots. Usually we relate that back to, I would say, more towards Martinsville, but it looks like here in Michigan, that seems to be a favorable issue as well. Back down with 40 laps now reigning here in this one here. We're going to get back to the green flag, charged up for the Go Racing Diecast LLC Super Series. Swinging it back down the inside right now. Donaldson going towards Wetzel right now. Simply having some workarounds with Shannon Wood. And it looks like Mike Kelly and Alan Wild going at it a little bit. Reagan Lyman around the bottom lane. Wetzel, huge run, and insists to take the lead. Wetzel, no doubt undoubtedly, hard charger, spotter, 15 spots up. Nothing but speed and power being used up at full display here. Wetzel, though, again, knows if he overdoes his tires, it will cost him here. They can't get too comfortable on those set of tires. They've got to be very focused, very prestigious in their terms and goal in the game plan. Well, onboard camera right now. Cody Sturgill, here's the number 24. Tries to rip it right with the 43. Surrahen Harrell dripping it back down low again. He's made that move twice now, honestly. And I don't know how much the tires are getting affected by it, or if it is getting affected at all. It may be minimal. I does know, though, is that it is unfortunately going to be a lot more pressure to try to make moves there from those angles and those spots unless they can get it dialed in here. Just about halfway done with this race here, and now it's Scott Sinley making his way up to the front as Mike Kelly gives him a little push there in the back. Looks like Mike wants to win this the old-fashioned way by putting it into victory lane and have himself a championship conclusion that he's been looking for. Numerous time winner this season, only one not shown on P3's TV. And we used to say there was a lot of times he was the bridesmaid that would never figure out how to just get it ahead, but now it seems like that has completely changed the guard. Shannon Woods, 0-2 right now, currently moving his way on that back straightaway, trying to mill some chains up to the field. Looking for every round and about as he tries to move around on the corners. He's looking for every angle he can. The 91 of Wesley Donaldson throws it up towards the middle side there, pushing Bobby Wetzel just a little bit. Samuel Rell gonna drip us to an absolute extremist four-wide salute to the front, trying to make the charge. Wild backs out. Now it's Cully to the bottom. Big shot in the dark to the bottom. Talk about some hard race here in Michigan. These guys are not letting up. Good Lord Almighty, these guys do not seem to mind, or do they seem to care? And Samuel Rell finding that out the hard way as he's tolling down off turn number 2. Just when you thought it was looking really good, there's always some room for disaster. Earlier on, we were talking so much about how he was kind of cornering that thing down, and this time it finally catches him completely off guard. It looks like he was able to avoid contact with the wall, but unfortunately not without sending it to the shadow realm for just a second. You see how the car was just completely starting to loosen up here, and you can see this at the same time. Same place, brakes working pretty good there. Woo, slow down, slow down. That was a good save. Engine braking, throttle braking, good timing. Very impressive there. Whoops. There we go, there we got the live feedback on. Sorry for the delay there. Crazy to believe, race fans, but again, every angle and every spot they throw themselves into, it just becomes harder and harder to really do what they need to do to make the best of them. Keith Prince from pit road there ended up catching a bit of a break there, so now he'll be the ultimate hard charger for now. Trying to take on a few of these heavy hitters behind him. Certainly a lot of work to do, though, as he's going to be really using every inch of this track and every inch of his spot. Doubling them up. Now with the shot in the dark here to see what these drivers have in store, what they got in play. It's all raw power, raw speed now as these drivers move their way to the chains off from turn number 4. Tilting them up to the speed here, running them down to the line here at the Go Racing Diecast LLC restart zone. Green flag is out. That was a major start there, honestly. We wanted to see if Keith Prince maybe had anything there under the hood, and he certainly does. Major opportunity, but Mike Kelly, crafty veteran, making a huge dive on the outside, swings it back down low, throws the heavy block at the 7. Simley not having any of that. Simley probably was really just thinking, man, you really want to try to play that game, don't you? To which the response from old Kelly was like, I've already got a championship, what do I got to lose? On board here with Wesley Donaldson, and you've seen this driver here pull up some great performances before as there's trouble behind. Huge wreck, oh my goodness. Tyler Dalton going for the ride of his life back there on turn 1 and 2. As we are halfway done with this race now. Oh man, pandemonium still happening back there. They're still flipping around. I believe that's a 74 Brian Wortman. What the heck happened here? Oh my goodness. What on earth happened here? Take a look at the replay and oh boy. Oh, looked like Keith Prince might have got tagged along there, unfortunately. Just for a brief fleeting moment, unfortunately, no one able to escape that route. Take a look at it one more time here. See if we can see the exact culprit. Oh, right there, yeah. It's actually Ryan D. Cook. I thought maybe the 3 came down there. It was actually Cook that was the one that came down on that one. And oh boy, it's cartwheel and all. Everyone just completely taken out of a ride there. And the living legend himself, Jared Livingston. Poor old Wortman in the wrong time. Not even he could get out of that one. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of damage. These drivers are going to have to fix up and try to get cleaned up down there. Try to double file them up yet again this next time on by. Field drivers right now currently looking at their overall statistics and their position. Knowing what they have left to go for and what they have left to break through with. The championship may have been decided, but again, every race counts. Every race matters to many of these guys. Go to the green flag, restart zone, line to back down and send them on around. And you thought they caught me sleeping there, did you? No, simply put, they just know how to roll the dice and spread them on the fight. Speed now ripping up a bit here off turn number 2. The drivers now need to start making some moves quickly here because they are starting to lower down on time-wise. What, about 26 laps to go this next go. Mike Kelly right now leads the field in. Back down around right now. Currently looks like some heavy hitters moving up. Simley and Wetzel going at it. Meanwhile, Ryan D. Cook, the 12 machine, going at it quickly. Well, the number 26 is Seth Foudy. Crossing back up right now. Looks like Seth Fouty, the 26. I haven't seen much of him really in that top layer spot this season. Maybe might start trying to look to change that a bit. Maybe trying to give us a little bit of a reoccurrence thought. Either way, one little spot, one little position to use with right now. It's all about going to getting the top and trying to hang with the best when the going gets rough. Well, 3 wide mix in between Sturgill, Fouty, and Donaldson. And Sturgill, major development there on that bottom lane. He's starting to creep up a little bit, and he is getting some speed here. Again, Sturgill hasn't been to victory lane in quite some time either. He's kind of like Samuel Rell in this case, where they're both looking to try to get a victory after so long at the hot seat. Could this finally be their chance as another caution flies out? It is more trouble down there, it looks like, for Brian Wortman, and once more, the number 74 will have to just travel from the back. Let's take a look at the replay here and see what happened. It looks like another tough dilemma here. Well, there went that one. That's first self spin of the day. Oh! Ouch. Self-spin and then self-inflicted wound, I guess you could say. Oh! Probably wasn't expecting that hit coming at him. So at this point, it's really just kind of take your time and hope for the best here. But some are just starting to go to the absolute aggressive levels to make their moves and make their mark. Drivers right now backed into another spot here. 20 laps left to go. Running back down now. Once again, green flag back in the air. Let's see where this one goes from here. And another yellow flag out on the track. Looks like it's on Cantoni and I think Wardman. Maybe another horrible break here. Not exactly what we're expecting of these guys either, man. I mean, this is where it starts to get a little bit harder to really control the nerves. I get that, but this is not what you would expect. Sammy Morrell flipped up. Managed to actually save it there. Actually, this one was all on Galantoni, unfortunately, from the takeout there, and that's a tough break there for him. He's had a lot of bad breaks this season as well, but has had some luck, got some wins. Tripped up there, got into wild, and then slammed on the bike, fine on the binders, and just thrown for the ride. Nothing he can do about that. Galantoni, not a happy camper either. He just gave a very distinctive face under his helmet there that we're just getting word of. Field them around yet again. Let's see what they can do here. Gotta believe the tempers are starting to flare up a little bit. Maybe starting to catch them a little bit more on their nose, on their heads. A little bit more conductive, a little bit more harder on the chances here for them to race. Doug Sigmund right now currently many laps down, trying to catch up in this one. Galantoni currently in pit road trying to recover the damage up. Tyler Dalton extremely damaged on the 19. Nothing he can do there. Looking to bat him back on the spot. Yeah, one more time. Here we go again. Their chances of success are starting to run lower and lower. It all now hinders on what they do in these last couple laps. Oh, no! Oh! Bob Sibley clipped up and right reared. Right hooked off of turn number 1 and 2, and the 7 is done for the day. blown motor and destroyed car. There's no way he'll get that repaired up. What a huge issue there. Unfortunately, Simley is going to have to deal with. What a tough break here. What on earth happened here off the start? Cody Sturgill just came up. Actually, I take it back. I thought he right hooked him. Actually, just left hooked him there. Kind of plowed it off. Maybe he was thinking he was going to try to get him loose there, and instead that was the complete opposite. Unfortunately, though, no matter how you look at it, nasty, nasty situation and a horrible break for the 7. Yeah, the right hook was where Donaldson actually clipped him, but again, he was already going up there on him, so that's where I made a mistake. Either way, Simley, though, a horrible break there, and I can't believe he is not happy with any of these guys, especially not that 24. Last race of the season, but that doesn't mean those don't come back to haunt you in the other races. I can guarantee you that much. Time running out. Now the momentum's starting to shift again. Depends on who decides to take it from here. Laps left to go now, guys. This is what it's all about here. The Go Racing Diecast LLC Super Series put on one heck of a fight, one heck of a run from point A to point B. But now comes the absolute final last minute showdown cases here. Will this be their last restart of the day? All hinders on them to figure this one out as they roll them back to the green flag restart zone. 12 laps to duke it out. far so good through the first 2 turns, but remember we've seen 3 and 4 be where most of the issues come from again, and there is one issue. Livingston, the living legend, damaging that car up any more than Arnie needs to be, and he's going to damage it up even more. Gets sent in back and around there in the shadow round. Bobby Wetzel looking more and more like he wants to take this one home. Sturgill looks like desperation times. Go for desperation measures. He's building all that power, all that run to get to him. Outside right now, Mike Elliott looking like he's trying to get the race lead back again from Wetzel, trying to take that lane away from him. Sturgill looking to kind of force him around a bit too much and trying to push his luck too as well. So around 3 wide, salute just for a minute there. Fouty kind of cripping in a little bit too as Sturgill sends back on the bottom lane there. Fouty all of a sudden now making some big moves here with Mike Elliott at the helm right in the front of him. Coming on to the front straightaway here, Mike Elliott desperately trying to find every little angle to push away from and get a further distance around. Each driver knows at this point, they know there is so much more at stake and so much more going on the line. Let's get it down and dirty kind of racing now. As you just got to find every angle you can with 8 laps left to go, especially. You just can't make mistakes. You can't give up too much runs. And Fouty looks like he's starting to see that too. Gets a huge shot there from Mike Kelly as Kelly opened the lane up on the bottom. Give him a little bit of a drive off. Give him a little bit of time to figure out his own momentum, his opportunity. Left to go, and now it looks like everyone wants to try to find a partner or two to kind of work together, get the draft stitched up, get the momentum keeping going. Six laps left. It's going to be one little shootout to point A to point B. Sturgill yet again back on the bottom. 3 wide saluting, trying to get something there. He thinks he's got a run there. He just can't quite get the momentum to kick up. That corner is always going to be tricky here. Same is going to be for turn 3 and 4. If you got the outside and the middle locked in, then that's where you want to be. Mike Kelly well aware of that. He's trying to use it to his advantage. Pull him out. Final 5 laps left to go here in the top 5. Putting on a heck of a battle. Everybody in that position right now from 7th to the 1st is looking for the race lead. To which then it can conclude in the victory lane circle here, but they've got to first get to it. Trying to hold on. Wetzel, Fouty, Mike Kelly. Alan Wild, Ryan E. Cook, Sam Morrell in the game plan and in the zone right now. Wetzel, huge run now, trying to clip that and gets a little bit of the sidewalls. Takes a little sidewall and a little bit of a run and bump there, and he takes a good shot there from Bouty. Hangs on though for this one. Now he's gonna try to take it to Kelly. Oh, Kelly! Clipped up a little bit in the back. You saw him get nudged there. Going from the front straightaway, looking for the turn there. Looked like Wetzel just had so much of a run, you just couldn't quite hold him off, and then had to back out of it before it got too ugly there. Good, smart decision there, but a very nasty situation. Could have been a Lumi. Another round of the race on the lines here. Sturgill just trying to push every ounce he's got left, just looking for the win he's been searching for so long. Sturgill looking for it all. 3 laps left. Wetzel trying to get back to victory lane after quite some time out of that spotlight. Ryan D. Cook, got Bouty, Alan Wild, and Samuel Rell all in the mix. Sturgill, slight kick up from turn number 1. Got it back in turn 2. Samuel Rell right down the bottom lane. Big jump to the inside, trying to sneak by all of them. Didn't quite get a run though, and that ended up costing him. It cost him more time than it was worth. Bouty, you have to find that out. He's going for the run on the inside. He's got a good line there. Beautiful drive from turn 3 and 4. The apex that's earned seemed to fit Bouty just well. 2 laps to go here to the straight. And Wetzel just like that yet again. Big push on Mike Kelly there, trying to get him to work off that. He doesn't want Bouty to take a lead on him. Doesn't want him to make a move out of it. Wild now, number 20. Oh, trouble right off the corner, turn number 2. Oh, I was just about to say Alan Wild. Looks like he's trying to make something work out of it, and then Stern. And it ends up with him shot into the turn. What a tough break there. And green-white checkers now are going to be at use here. What a horrible, horrible wreck here. Oh my goodness. What happened here? Look at Sturgill tried to close that gap too quick. Catches Bouty off guard. Sturgill, you see, he was trying to get out of it quickly, and just unfortunately, not a spot you want to be in. Again, hard racing for sure, but just a nasty, nasty development and dilemma to be put into. By all means, if you're in the situation again, I mean, you can look at it like from that angle. It's like, well, I would have done this at that point. It's like that's because you already had it happen. When you're in this position, you literally have to make choices. Do you stay back and try to hold on, or do you just try to find a way around and close your gaps on so close of oval moves here? That is the risk you always run in that scenario. Unfortunately, they got him there. Our first of 2 green-white checkers about to be put up on the show here. Well, it would either be the final or second to final time, you race fans. One last moment of opportunity now, about to set sail here, race fans. Let's see what happens as we file them down one more time by. Come around here to the front straightaway here. All bets are off now. Just race your race and hope for the best. Green is out one more time for the Super Series. Good solid run there right off the turn from Mike Ellie. As Bobby Wetzel, Wesley Johnson, Sam Morrell all trying to nail down their edges of the run. Game plans are now thrown out the window. It's all about just who can make it to the end, who makes the mistake, who gets the opportunity. Wetzel looks like he's going to be the only one that's going to get a fair shot at this one. The white flag out. Donaldson light behind. Harrell also in there. Donaldson just barely scraping the wall. Harrell going for broke, trying to get them both. Wetzel right now currently driving it completely off the rails on the outside lane. Trying to use every bit he's got to get around Kelly. Kelly going to try to hold him on. Through turn number 2, through 3. Going down the stretch. Big runoff from Harrell, trying to get to them both. But it's going to be Wetzel and Kelly. A drag race to the line is in order. It looks like all 4 of them have a sweet chance at this one. Which one will it be to the line? To the finish. It's going to be Mike Kelly, just barely off the nose. So number 2 claims the win and the championship. What a season. What a season. And frankly, what a championship win for the number 2, Mike Alley. A good couple of months ago, we were talking if he would ever even get a race win, or when it would finally happen. And at last, the Go Racing Super Series championship will go to the number 2. I mean, it's a good thing that Kyle Petty didn't call him out on it, because then I'd have to have a Ryan Blaney situation here. But Mike definitely proved he's got what it takes to get to a championship and to get to the wins. And you just saw why that is right here and now. What a race, what an ending, and a hard finish for every single one of these drivers that came out this season. Mike Kelly gonna be your winner and the champion. Bobby Wetzel going second. Wesley Donaldson third. Samuel goes fourth. Shannon Wood fifth. Charles Van Schaik sixth. Steph Alty seventh. Eighth to Keith Prince. Ninth to David Watts. 10th to Jerry Livingston. That will round out your top 10 in this one. Whoo! Boy, oh boy, oh boy, race fans. These guys just certainly do not know when to slow down around here. Let's send it down to our top 3 drivers today here. Joining me first on the call, Wesley Donaldson now here in the 3rd position today. Wesley, yet again, another solid effort from the 91 team. I know, obviously, you guys had a lot of speed late in that one, but that wall scrape there off turn 1 certainly looked like it slowed you down a bit.
Yeah, I really wasn't trying to do that. Kind of my thing is that I get into the wall, so Slowed me down just enough. I thought maybe I'd get enough of a run down the back still to have a shot there or to at least maybe push my teammate Bobby there at the end. But still, overall, after getting caught up in a wreck, finishing third, still a strong finish to the season.
It certainly is indeed. I know there's a lot of hard balls thrown at you this season. I know you got a win or two in it at least. I mean, all around though for the season, how do you feel this one kind of came out to be for you guys?
I thought I had a pretty good season. I was I didn't run all the races. I only ran like 10 of the 12. But I think I should shake out to be like fourth or fifth in points. I'm not sure where exactly I'll fall yet, but I really wish I kind of would have ran the other two races. I think I'd have put up a fight for Mike there, but congrats to him on the winning the championship. He was very consistent this whole entire season and very hard to beat every single week.
Certainly indeed. Well, nevertheless, here, Wesley, I gotta ask you, man, who do you want to thank you for this third place finish?
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody here at Goat and Sim 500 for putting these on. All the admins, Chuck. Um, Thanks to Goat Racing Diecast for sponsoring the series. Shout out to Sim 500 Mafia for um, helping be faster every single week. Shout out to Tyler for putting together a lot of these setups too, to make sure we have these setups to be able to put on these great races because this series is so much fun. And then lastly, shout out to my Instagram page WBD Diecast where I do make custom diecasts.
Certainly gotta check them out sometimes here, guys. Wesley Donaldson coming in third. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
Donaldson coming away with a solid third there. Second place going to Bobby Wetzel. And Bobby, good lord, sir. I mean, they put everything at him, and you threw everything you had at the line. He just kept fighting you off, man. I don't even know what the heck to say to that.
I don't know. I thought I had the momentum going through 3 and 4, and I guess when the cars got behind us, they were more in his draft line, and it bogged me down in 3 and 4. But I started pulling him on the front straightaway again, and I almost got to him. What was it, .001 that I lost by? So not too bad. Mike's a stand-up act, great driver, so it's okay to lose to someone like that. So it was a good day overall, even though racing could have been a little bit better. I hated that we had so many cautions. Probably was boring for you guys in the booth as well.
I mean, all around, Wetzel. I mean, I think that last bit of racing, you guys absolutely just threw it to the line and threw quite a bit of a show there. I mean, talking from the point of A to point B, though, I mean, they got a lot of stuff going on down the tables here. I mean, if you guys have another chance of racing these cars in another season, would you gladly do it, or you would have to think about it for a minute?
Oh, of course. I mean, this is the best car to run. It's like the old IROC racing. These cars are so similar. They're so close. The draft is uh, such a difficult thing to not mess up. You've just got to be on your game at all times. It's something that I feel like is a great equalizer, and it allows drivers to actually drive the car, drive how they want to. You don't have to be worried about you're going to burn up the tires. You don't have to be worried about the silly little things. It's just drive the car. This is a pure racer's car, and I'm glad to be back on the next season that we have on this.
For sure there. Well, hey, man, the other day, you're going to come away today second. Who do you want to thank her for this one?
I got to thank Sim 500, all of our team, the Sim 500 Mafia, all the officials, and of course you guys are putting this on as well.
For sure there. Well, Wetzel, man, what a performance here. Congratulations taking on home a solid second place.
Thanks, guys.
Bobby Wetzel, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to take home second only to this man today, ladies and gentlemen. Your first place winner today and your season champion now with us here today. Mike, it's been a long road, buddy, and for the first time ever, you claim your championship in the season. I know you've been wanting a long time for this one, and last season, the Truck Series, I think I said that we were hoping to see you finally get a win in. You got multiple wins this season. What do you thought even come out of the championship run this day?
I tell you, doing it in style right there, Christian. Getting the fourth win, most wins of the season, dominating the points, and just having a great race and pulling home the win. What a way to finish it all out. That's about my sixth Sim 500 championship and my 36th Sim 500 win, and feeling pretty good right now.
Definitely got to be feeling pretty good about this and feeling pretty hectically insane in your mind right now. I mean, you absolutely had a lot going on. You had a lot of crazy stuff pushed into your battles and
Yeah.
pushed into your situation, yet you still come out way of the win today, man. I mean, how important was this one for you guys?
It was big because I just, you know, it's really cool to be able to win a points championship, and it's also really cool to be able to go out and be the fastest car in the race that determines it. Even though, unfortunately, due to a lot of bad luck for a couple of my main competitors for the championship, they did not have very good last couple races, unfortunately. So I had it wrapped up before the race even started, but still had a goal of going out there and trying to win it and not be a lame duck winner for the championship. And those guys had bad luck again, and I kind of took it easy on the tires for a change at the beginning of the race, just to do something different, and had just enough tires to keep Bobby about what was it, 9 thousandths of a second behind me at the end of the race. So great run by Bobby, and a little messy, but a lot of fun racing up front.
Fun racing up front and all season. Been one heck of a show, Mike. Congratulations claiming the championship. Who do you want to thank for all this today?
Oh yeah, thanks to Chuck and the boys at Goat Racing for putting this series on. They made the announcement that it's coming back again next season with you guys broadcasting. So looking forward to coming back and defending the championship. And shout out to everyone at Sim 500, all my sponsors, NC811, Trans Service, Valvoline, and everybody at Turn One Heroes, and of course the Smoking Hot Wife.
I think you've got yourself a happy time tonight here, good sir. Mike, congratulations taking the championship home.
Thanks, man. It was a great season. Glad to have you guys along.
It's been great to have been tagging along. Thanks so much, Mike.
Have a good one.
You too, ladies and gentlemen. That all but does it. Championship belongs to Mike Kelly, and the race season commences with a close. But nevertheless, fans, thanks so much for tuning in.